Alright, we are at the Indian Lake Campground in Cloquet Valley State Forest, located in Brimson, Minnesota. So we're going to do a quick look around, we're going to drive through, and then we're going to hop out and take a closer look. That was the Camp B loop. Now this is the Camp A loop. It's a picnic area and swimming area. Here's the picnic parking. Looks like we have possible walk-in sites, 21 and 22 to our left here. There's parking for it. To our left is parking for sites 23 and 24. then this is site 25 to our left, just behind us now. And right here is the group camp. So this takes us back to the beginning here. We're going to pop out and take a closer look. Not many sites are occupied, so we're going to be able to step inside of them and take a really good look around. So here we go. Alright, we got a map here. This registration kiosk. Sometimes these state park campgrounds, they'll have a map right at the registration kiosk. Sometimes they don't. The DNR website does not have a map for this campground, the layout of the campground like this, unfortunately. But thankfully they do have it here. It's kind of always my hope that I'm able to get a map. So we're going to start off with Loop B. A little fun fact about this campground is back in May of this year, there was a pretty big fire that began about a mile, 1 to 2 miles from here at Camp House in Brimson, Minnesota. And it spread pretty rapidly and it got pretty serious. There's evacuations and they're calling in the guard to help. But it seemed to have gone completely around this campground, which is pretty miraculous. So Camp Loop B. Even though it's the B loop, which comes after A alphabetically, campsite number 1 is over here. So the counting, the numbering of the campsites begins in the B loop. In our quick drive-through, we did see most of the campsites along the sides of the road, but based on this map, there's a handful that we weren't able to notice. We didn't drive by them. This campground is pretty close to the North Shore. It's also close to another state forest campground, Finland State Forest Campground, the Sullivan Lake Campground in Finland State Forest. There's 3 campgrounds for that state forest. But that's probably about 20 minutes from here. So it's a nice little backup plan B to have in your back pocket in case you come here and everything's booked, everything's full, or it just doesn't work out based on the clientele that might be here at the time. Nice spot for a tent back here. Sounded like a gunshot off in the distance. Maybe 100 yards or so from here. Vault toilet is over there for this loop. We'll check that out when we get to it. Wow, sounds like an automatic off in the distance now. Works good. I hear shooting off in the other distance in that area now. So this is obviously being used to store some dockage, which is unfortunate because this is my favorite site so far. Oh, we got some power over here. Huh, some tall grass to get to it. I don't usually see this, these campgrounds. It says it's on. I'm not going to touch it because I don't know if they want it on or off, so. But I didn't see any outlets in it. There's a picture of something hanging up back there. I don't want to expend the effort to get close to it to see what it is. Yeah, this is my favorite site so far. Just me personally. And I do not have any cell signal here. It's SOS only. So FYI, I haven't had any cell signal on my way here for a long time. So even if you have a cell booster, I would say it's unlikely you're gonna catch anything. There's the beach down there. It's right next to the picnic area over in the other loop. We'll check that out when we get to the A loop. It's a pretty nice day. I'd say it's in the upper 60s, possibly lower 70s. Very breezy. So this one's nice because you got a shortcut to the beach here, and it looks like there's a vault toilet there as well for the beach. So you could use that vault toilet for here if you're at this site. It'd be kind of rude to cut through this site though if someone was here to use that vault toilet. But if no one was here, obviously you could cut through here and use that vault toilet right there. The other one isn't that much farther away, but this one is definitely closer from this standpoint. Campground is not as occupied as I was assuming it would be, given the nice weather in the last week of September, last weekend. Different kind of a grate on it. Looks like we got a trail that goes along back here from the beach over through here. That's a relatively recent registration. It's a very nice, spacious, shaded site. So the trail starts right here. Looks like there's some parking here as well. Fit about 2 vehicles. Looks like cool rocks back here. Okay, so site 11 is right here, but if we go further down this road, there's 2 more sites, 12 and 13. Bit of a decline here. Site 13 is the furthest out from all the other sites. It's kind of in its own world here. Pretty slanted. Be a good spot for a tent right here. And it's not too close. It's a little close. A little close. I like this layout though, it's kind of got like a stage. The regular fire pit with the regular grill. These are my favorite fire pits. This height, this size, this type. It's my favorite kind. Got some nice stairs here as well. So you got your own little access to the lake right here. That's the last site for this area. I'm just gonna take a gander down here real quick. There's a boat launch area. I'm gonna see if there's a vault toilet down here. I don't think there is though. There's a cool map right here. There's a woodcut map. Yeah, so no vault toilet, but a nice little parking area here. That parking area. I get a real good vibe here. This is a really good campground, this whole area. I like it. It took a little longer to get to this campground from Highway 61 than I thought it would. I'd say it was maybe an hour longer than I was kind of expecting it would take. But that's why we do these scouts. We go check stuff out so we're more prepared. So when the day comes for the actual trip, we don't waste any time. Get right to the point, focus on our itinerary, and try to enjoy ourselves and relax. I wasn't expecting there to be any campsites down this road, so I kind of like how they weaseled a few of them in there. This is site 4 right here.
Alright, Torrens on offense.
Actually 14. This is site 14 right here. An idea of it. I'm gonna check out the vault toilet.
Not too bad.
Yeah, $700 fine. I wonder how they would capture the person though. That's a pretty good vault toilet, well maintained. Here's the one of the accessible sites. This might be the only accessible site here. Like a little tent pad outline here. A little widowmakery right here. I should probably chop some of these down, I think. They're right over the picnic table. Just want to get a shot of the acorn here, sorry. It's a great area for a tent here, but it's a little close to that other site. It's kind of in the field of view from car lights as well. So me personally, I'd probably try to hunker down my tent over in here. Or back here. Okay, so that is the B loop of this Indian Lake campground here. And now we're gonna make our way back. Then we're gonna take a left when we're able to here and go into the A loop, which is substantially smaller. And this loop actually has several walk-in sites. And those seem to be popular wherever I go, which is frustrating for me because I really want to look at them really bad. But we'll see as much as we can. We'll just kind of profile without being too creepy or rude. We'll try not to get butt hurt over the fact we can't go in there. And we'll try to give them a friendly hello back if they say hi to us, rather than rudely lashing out because we're irritated by them. Wow, there is a camera here. So that's how they'll catch them. Camera. Nice. Excellent. Me, myself, utilizing cameras, multiple cameras with multiple angles, I have found that when you need a certain shot and you go back to retrieve that footage, even if you have multiple angles, there's almost always some kind of an issue where you can't quite get the information that you need, whether it be a face or a plate. And that sign, I would actually recommend they put it at the entrance of the campground, because you got to kind of meander around before you even see that. And I might even make it a little bigger. It's a really nice pine smell out here. It's a very beautiful day. You don't see a lot of the fall colors changing here because they're pines. But around this area, the fall colors, they are beginning to emerge. Red, yellow, prominent ones. It's taking longer for them to emerge this year because this has been a warm September. We basically had another August, essentially. So maybe 10 degrees cooler than it would be in August, but it's been pretty warm all month. And the road out here, how we were on before we came in here, was St. Louis County Highway 44. So now we're going to check out Loop A, which has the swimming area and the picnic area. So you will have some vehicle noise along that highway, obviously. A lot of these sites, though, they're pushed further back from the highway. Yeah, this is a very beautiful, very well kept State Forest campground. They're doing an awesome job with this. Who's ever responsible for managing it, you're doing a very good job. And a day like today is probably the most perfect day you would ask for as far as visuals and temperature and climate that you would want if you were to come here. Actually, It's kind of the peak of the prime day here. So there's a picnic down here. There is the that's the vault toilet I pointed to earlier from that other campsite. I believe that was campsite 7, going off of memory. A little bit of history here. Very windy coming off of the lake there. Very windy. Very nice stairs, by the way, too. Wooden steps. Very nice. There's a fire pit down there. You know, we got time. We'll check it out. Got a fire pit here. Nice vault toilet. Fire pit here. It's a very nice beach. Horseshoe setup. You know, I always love the sound of people playing horseshoes in the background. I never get to experience it, ever, but I love that sound whenever I hear it. There's that trail over there that goes behind those campsites that I called out earlier. It looks like there's another trail here that probably goes behind these other campsites on this side, on this loop here. You can see a tent down there. That's probably one of the walk-in sites. This is an awesome beach. Wow. Let's take a look at the vault toilet since we're here. Better look at that trail. Triple seven. Not bad. Not bad at all. Huh. I like how smug he is about it, is dumping it in. I guess he's putting it in the trash. That's what you're supposed to do. They should have showed him dumping it in the toilet with a smug look on his face. And then when it looks like they have to fix it. They should make it 1,000. With flagging or flogging, I think it's called flogging. They do that in Singapore. Very nice. Had the summer linen car tree in there. That was one of the best smelling vault toilets I've been in ever. After over 125 camp trips. Alright, so that's the beach and the picnic area. Now we're going to take a look at the sites in this loop. And more of them are occupied over here, so we'll see what we can. Cuff the boot. Oh, that is hysterical. Is that Father Cross? That's probably Jesus. Okay. No grate. Oh, we got another vault toilet over here. Ooh. Liberate some flies. Not bad. All of them are good. Alright, right now we got two walk-in sites, 21 and 22. Here's the parking. I think this is my favorite site, but it's a little close, a little close. And there's a community trail here, so I'm going to take back. I think this is my favorite site. Just say it's not my favorite site for those two reasons. Get rid of that site and get rid of this trail. This is golden. But you might be able to group camp both these sites, because you get your nice little world over here. There's actually a water fountain right here too. And lake access as well. But this is blocked off. This trail goes back here as well. You know, 21 is the number of the first camp I ever had at Afton State Park, Site 21. That was kind of a kind of an aggressive first one to do, given the hike and all. Red squirrel. We got two more sites up here that appear to be walk-in sites as well, Site 23 and 24. Not sure why there's an entry point here. Yeah, those two sites, there's just too much potential energy for annoyances, as I would word it. But I'm not a very social guy, so there's reasons for that. Oh, okay. Must be this one right here. So this one has a ridiculous slant on it. You could tent right here. Pretty flat right here. But the slant is crazy right here. You're right above this side over here. But this might not be a site because there's another one here. Oh, we'll see. So this is a little confusing. I'm not sure what's a site and what isn't at this point with these two sites. There's lake access. site down there that goes right by the lake. Oh, here's a number right here. 24. 23 was that one up there, and 24 is the one down there. Okay. Those sites are a little awkward. And then 25, which is pushed all the way back down to the lake, which is occupied. But that looks like a good one. That looks decent. Just got to have more people from Wisconsin, unfortunately, but oh well. It's like everyone from Wisconsin wishes they were from Minnesota. Alright, that's just me being butthurt because I can't go in there. So, and here it says private residence. I'm sure there's a story behind this. And we're going to end it off here with the group campsite, which I believe it said is $50 a night. You can do a lot of parking in here. It's probably on the smaller end of a group camp size. Yeah, here it is. But you gotta have at least 9 people. Wow. All other regular sites that we just saw are 17 a night. 8 people, 2 shelters, 2 vehicles max per site, 14 nights maximum stay. When I was at Savannah Portage State Park, I kind of had to make a split second decision and book a group site there because I was out of options for Labor Day, and I was just by myself. But and I actually saw the park ranger. They didn't say anything about me being alone. So, but here it looks like you might have to have a minimum of 9 people. Otherwise, they wouldn't stipulate a minimum, you know. I like it really cool. It's right in the center. There's a couple grates. We'll look at it closer in a second. Very open. You could land a UFO here. Speaking of which, I saw a really cool Halloween ornament on someone's yard on London Road, or 61. It was like a cow being teleported into a spaceship. I'll see if I can get a picture of that on my way back home. Vault toilet right here. Let's see if this is one we already encountered. Yep, okay, it's this one here. So nice access to the vault toilet. Watch the roots though at night. Very close. Might be a little creepy once you get on the path there, but it's close. It's kind of fun having a creepy walk to a vault toilet. It's kind of makes it more interesting. I'm just now hearing a dog barking off in the distance, so unfortunately it's still culturally acceptable for everyone in the world to have a dog. Hopefully that'll change here with Generation Alpha, who are going to be struggling so hard they probably won't be able to afford a dog. Not sure what it says, but I don't see him glorifying any criminal names. That's good. I like the rocks for chairs. Hopefully he's gonna go eat that dog. Not bad. It's got a little pull-in parking here. Probably where you can put your plush, oversized, hyper, ultra not light RV. So this is a look at the group campsite here at the Indian Lake Campground. And with that, this will wrap up this scout of the Indian Lake Campground. The long-awaited scout for me. Indian Lake Campground in Cloquet Valley State Forest, located in Brimson, Minnesota, which miraculously was protected by a massive wildfire that occurred in May earlier this year, that originated approximately 1.2 miles from here, north of here, at Camp House. So thanks for taking a look. I hope this helped. If it did help, please let me know. I'd really appreciate that. I get about 1 sub every month and 1 like every 50 views and 200 views, so if I helped you out, help me out. Hope you're able to enjoy yourself, your life, and your vacation, and your trip, wherever it may be. Travel well. Take care. Think go straight. Yeah. Smart ass.